guys, Uncle J here, back in Space Engineers, and I am standing on the Betsy Mark I. We are in creative mode, empty creative mode world, and we're gonna fix the ship the way I envisioned it when I started making it. Now, we were limited by the hangar and what I had in my head as a design and what I could build in the hangar. They didn't equal each other, so I ended up pretty much building half a ship. It feels like it's a half a ship to me. So we're going to make this longer. I want my tower in the middle, or observation deck, false bridge, and we're going to gut this in a little bit. Before we do that, we're going to take a look at the mods list that I'm using. So let's take a peek at that right now. Okay, here is the list. Now, technically there's only 5 mods, and the rest are just ease of comfort mods, like the 3 for the HUD, sneaky sounds, build info, and yeah. I mean, sneaky sounds. Oh, thank you, Splitsy. Thank you. Alright, so let's get back into it. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's what are we gonna do here? First, I am going to peel open the top. I'll do that in a time lapse, or I'll just be right back, and then you guys can see the guts. And then we're going to finish gutting this heifer, and then I'm going to extend the superstructure. Now, here's the thing. For it to be a refit and a Mark II, I have to keep a lot of the original design, the flow of the ship, I guess you could say. the chi, the yin, the yang, the spirit. So does that mean keeping the bridge? I mean, I like the bridge design, but this definitely needs some. I'm thinking 2 large hydrogen tanks, 2 large thrusters, which I can mount together using the new industry blocks, and maybe 2 large cargo containers, because I have this thing stuffed with 20 small hydrogen tanks. I think they need to go, and tons and tons of small cargo containers. So let's let me get into it, and yeah. Okay, now that I have this opened up, you guys can see the inside here. I was going to do a time lapse, but it made me dizzy, so I'm just gonna not use it. Here's where the engines were. Yes, that's a lot of conveyor blocks. I know, but once you see what's underneath this other layer, once I take out the flooring, you'll see why. But here is some more of the hydrogen tanks. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna need 2 jump drives for the size of the ship. And I really want to keep this bridge design, but it can't stay where it's at. See, my original plan was for this front half to be an actual hangar for a small mining drone, because the size of the ship I'm planning a appendage with drills on it, it's just not feasible, and it just won't look right. So I'm thinking I'm going to go back to my original idea of having a hangar with a mining drone. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let me peel the next layer of this onion. Here is the basement layer. This is the very last layer before the bottom frame here. Well, not including the ribbing and the drills, which still have to go. This is where I started, and I gotta pick all those up. Our two the center corridor, I should say, and then more of the hydrogen tanks. It looks like I did have 4 oxygen tanks on this. I thought I only had 2. And then all of our gyros and our side thrust. And then you can see all the small cargo containers. Jump drive in the front here. And then you see where our missiles and all that fun stuff was at. So I'm going to go ahead and finish stripping these guts. Yeah, definitely going to move the bridge. I'm going to try to keep the same design, possibly, but just maybe farther back in the center of the ship, underneath the tower. I'm going to go ahead and finish stripping this. Then I'm going to start extending the frame. And here's the business end. I'm not sure quite how I'm going to finish off. I want some blocks around the thrusters. But man, that looks sexy. Doesn't that look sexy? Kind of like the inside of an Imperial Star Destroyer. So, trying to keep with the theme and design of the Mark I. We have our crew quarters on either side. And I'm going to have the bridge probably right here. And I'm going to try to recreate the Mark I bridge as best I can. Little differences. And then a cafeteria crew area behind that. And then the conning tower observation deck. Now, here is our hangar bay. As you can see, we have a little bit of a problem with size. And this bigger one is what I want. So I don't have to make 10 million mining trips with this little guy right here. So here's the problem. I either have to change this to where it's one single ship going long ways, or I installed the mod from the moon base here with the longer, well, that's a 20, 4, 5, 6, the longer hangar doors, which I also think was my problem as far as one of the problems is the game slowing down. But I think I'm going to use these number 3s here on the side and in the center. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to change that up and see how that looks. Is that the piece? Yes. I'm fine with those. And then you guys can see the I added some thrusters here. And another layer of missiles and turrets. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change up the hangar design, and then I think we're going to go into bridge design. I have to take out these large cargo containers so I can get to the small ones underneath, so I can properly label them. I've been labeling all the containers, and there's gyros tucked in there. I'm going to need to add some more gyros, so I think I'm going to put them down in those holes, and then I need to go around and stuff some batteries here and there. So, alright. So, I did a little rearranging. I'm going to move the front airlock to here. And I added some more side thrusters to the front. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that orientation. That matches everything else. I just feel like it's lacking on the side thrust. but I really don't have any more place to put thrusters. And the large rear thrusters, I'm going to have separate toggle from the small thrusters, so that way you're not getting a giant forward boost. You're trying to do fine maneuvers. If I plan everything out right, this will be a very heavy lumbering ship, but not too lumbering heavy, hopefully. I squeezed in some more gyros here. And the hangar's shaping up. I decided to put the connectors on the front facing backwards, so that way you have your airlock here. Well, actually the door 1 will be here, probably door 2 I'll still put over here, but this will be open. And yeah, so you just go through the airlock. You can either go outside the ship or come into the hangar, and then the cockpit will be facing you. And granted, when you leave the ship, you'll be facing the opposite direction, but it's space. There really is no up, down, left, right. And then this is just going to be an access door for these internals. And I'm not crazy about having the jump drives all the way up front like this, but there really is no other place to put them unless I lose one of these large cargo containers, which I really don't want to do. This to me looks right, so we're gonna stay with that. And I need to start thinking about laying out the bridge and all other fun stuff. But this video is it's probably gonna end up being about 15 minutes ish. I think I'm going to call it here, make this a part 1, and then I'll finish this up in a part 2. Thanks for watching. This is Uncle J, and until next time.